What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel as you tune in. Check out the content. I'm always doing my little microphone test just to make sure our sound is good. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm here, man. Just give me a second.
Yeah. Let me check the sound real quick though.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, E-Man is here. The controversy will start right now. As they checking levels, everybody getting ready. We got some great topics coming up. Especially, I want to get into my man Shannon Sharpe, my man Gilbert Arenas. We need to talk about them brothers right there. There you go.
Yeah,
we definitely need to talk about them brothers, fellow podcasters. You know, now one of them may be a felon. The other one is fired. You know, we got all the F words going on right now, so
yeah,
we're gonna get into it deep.
Yeah, Shannon got fired on his day off.
Hey, happened to Smokey, why can't it happen to Shannon? You know,
man, crazy.
That's crazy. Well, let's start with Shannon Sharpe, right? Because now with Shannon Sharpe, ESPN, Disney company, they let it be known that, you know, like they was going to part ways with Shannon Sharpe earlier this week. And so I wasn't really surprised, though. Was y'all surprised, though? You know, I kind of thought it was going to go down this way.
No, wasn't no need to be surprised because two things happened. One, Shannon Sharpe tried to settle that shit out of court. He's trying to settle it out of court. So when you do that, man, two things is going to enlighten. One, you don't want something to come out that may come out trying to settle it in court. And two, you guilty. So you try not to go through the whole kit and caboodle about what's going on.
Yeah.
At that fact that, you know, Shannon Sharpe deserves to get fired from ESPN. Because let's remember, ESPN parent company is Disney. Right. And they don't play around at all with that type of stuff.
Right. Now, Shannon Sharpe tried to get Disney to delay the decision because he didn't want this to overshadow his brother's Hall of Fame induction, right? Do y'all think, though, that Disney should have considered that? And, you know...
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't know what they should have considered. It depends on their relationship with him, but I think they made the decision a long time ago when he said he's going to take a break. When he called himself, I'm going to take a break and I'm going to return in the fall. I think the decision was made back then. And it's just a rollout process. Yeah.
And if Shannon Sharpe was so concerned about his brother and going to the Hall of Fame at that time, why did he resign early? You know what I'm saying? Why did he resign earlier so this wouldn't be an issue? If he would resign, ESPN firing him wouldn't have been an issue. We wouldn't even talk about ESPN firing.
Well, even bigger than that, right? Like some of the decisions that we make as individuals, we got to take into account like how they're going to affect our family and the people around us that we care for, right? And I said the same thing about Puffy and the lifestyle that, you know, just because you have the ability to live in abundance and you can experience some things and do some things that like most people can't do, you still representing like whatever your last name is, you still representing your family and stuff like that. And you got to recognize that it could be some backlash from that. Public humiliation and stuff like that. So,
and then from the fact that where though he's been saying he's been innocent the whole time, but now you're trying to settle out of court.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That takes some people in some communities make them think about like, well, if you're innocent, why are you settling?
Yeah,
you know, if you didn't do none of this, why? And we understand, you know, the financial situation about trying to settle out of court and all that other stuff. But you know, when you're on TV talking about I'm innocent, this did not happen, I didn't do this, and yet your peoples are trying to settle out of court, you know, that gives a different statement of what you're doing.
So what did she originally accuse him of?
It was like I think it was SA, just like, you know, SA.
Yeah, I think it was like sexual deviance or something like that. Yeah,
sexual assault case. So what he was saying he was innocent of was not that. He said they had a consensual relationship.
Right.
So I think even the consensual aspect of the relationship was a black eye for Disney, especially when all the leak stuff came out. So even if there was consensual, even if she brought him a move and got in his pockets, it's still not a good look for Disney, you know?
Yeah, any outcome that you have on it would not have been a good look for Disney.
Right.
So let me say this then, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes to, well, he settles. They made an offer at first. She didn't accept the offer. Her lawyers didn't accept the offer. So they go to court and they do finally settle. It's with what has been happening with these cases, and how even if you settle, you still wind up coming up on the short end of the stick. Do y'all think that like people now are going to start just like I'm not settling, I'm taking this the distance and I'm gonna fight this? Like y'all remember Trevor Bauer, the baseball player Trevor Bauer, right? The young lady made some allegations against Trevor Bauer. And she said that Trevor Bauer assaulted her and all this other stuff. But what happened was Trevor Bauer said, "Nah, I'm not going out like this. I'm gonna fight it." And he had text messages of the young lady, communicating to another young lady saying, she was like, "Well, did you get to the bag?" and all this.
She was setting them up. Yeah.
And so it was obvious that it was a setup. Trevor Bauer won the case, but he still lost in the long run because he was never able to get back to Major League Baseball.
And that's the key to the situation. When you fight something like that, sometimes you spend more on the fight to defend it than you would just to settle it.
Just to settle.
You know what I'm saying? So let's say for instance the young lady or the guy or the lady, whatever, only wants $1 million to settle, but it's gonna cost you $2 million to defend it. You know what I'm saying? Financially, that's what a lot of these suitcases come as. Most of the time, it's never a moral thing. It's more a financial thing. It's going to cost me more to fight it than it will to settle.
I find it interesting, Mike, that this baseball player never made it back to Major League Baseball, because sometimes when you settle out of court and you're not found, they're able to resume their career, a la Deshaun Watson. He wasn't found guilty. They settled, but he was able to continue playing football. So I say if that guy didn't make it back, it's because he probably wasn't that talented anymore. Maybe he didn't have much value left, you know?
Well, he wasn't a high round pick or nothing like that. He wasn't a household name enough, but he was a professional baseball player that was getting money. You know what I'm saying? And his problem was that it took him so long to fight the issue.
That's what
you know what I'm saying. It took him like 2-3 years to fight the issue, and once it's out there, regardless of what goes on, the opinion still matters. And you know what I'm saying. It's just like if you go to case for murder and you were found innocent, there's still going to be some people mind that say you was only found innocent by 12 people. I still think you're guilty, so therefore I don't want to deal with you. And sometimes baseball don't want to touch. Baseball and sports in general don't want to touch, even though you're found innocent. Don't want to touch that publicity that comes along with you. With that being said, like I don't think Justin Tucker is going to get a team anywhere else.
No, I think
even if he's found not guilty, I don't think he's going to play anywhere else.
But I think if he was younger in his career with his ability, I think the Ravens wouldn't have did what they did. I think they would have let it play out, supported him, and kept him on the team. Tucker, he at the end of his career.
Well, now you got to remember the Ravens went through that with Ray Lewis. Remember, they almost cut Ray Lewis. They almost cut him. If it wasn't for Ozzie, right? If it wasn't for Ozzie supporting Ray Lewis,
Art Modell. Art Modell came out day one, said we riding with him from day one. The owner.
Right, well, but you gotta also remember too. Art Modell was great. He was great. Give up his ownership of the Ravens back then. So it was really Ozzie that was really running for Ray at that time. But Ray Lewis went through the same shit. But come to find out what did Ray Lewis do? He pleaded out.
Right, but Ray Lewis was in his third year.
Yeah, I think he was in the second year.
And Ray Lewis was a phenom. You see, that's all.
Yeah.
That's the only point I'm getting at.
Yeah, he was a phenom, but he was only a phenom for the Ravens.
I'm just,
he wasn't the Ray Lewis that we knew, that we know now.
I'm just
But
saying,
Ray
he was
Lewis was going through it.
actually, his first couple of years, he was doing damage. Just the Ravens was losing. But what I'm saying is, you're right. He's a phenom to Ray. But that's my point. My point is, when you got a lot of value, they will overlook that stuff. You know, they will, if you settle or you're not found guilty, they will go ahead and ride with you because they can always put a PR spin on it. They can come out, face the music, and they also know the public got a short attention span. So, all right, we face the music now, and then we keep moving.
What was Ray Lewis' suspension?
What was his what?
What was his suspension? What was his thing for?
I don't even think he got suspended.
I think they held them off until like until that everything just blew, like until it reached like a conclusion.
They did. Ray Lewis thought they dropped some of the charges, and he pled to some of the drop charges.
Well, he agreed to cooperate too with the prosecutor too.
Yeah, so he got found guilty for a lesser charge.
Right, but I'm saying, what did the NFL
he got found guilty for obstructing justice.
Right? Did he get any suspensions from the NFL?
I don't think he
NFL had to do something.
I don't think
somebody got a computer somewhere.
I'm looking at it now. I'm looking for it now.
Okay, I'm going to say, one of the listeners, tell us what Ray Lewis did. Put it in the chat.
No, Ray Lewis was not suspended by the NFL. While he did plead guilty to a misdemeanor charge of obstruction of justice related to the 2000 Atlanta nightclub stabbings, the NFL decided against suspending him. Instead, he was fined $250,000.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. The opinion. Ray Lewis is going up for murder. NFL does nothing. Justin Tucker gets caught in a strip club. In a massage, and he gets 10 games.
Yes.
And he still ain't found guilty. But he gets 10 games, yo.
Ray Rice. Go ahead, Mike.
And plus, you have to take into account, like, are we talking about like the Me Too era, right? And so when women involved, then like people, what they want, at least the league want to make it look like they are at least listening to the women and hearing the women out. You just can't allow these guys to play when
you get no deeper than murder charges. You get no deeper than that.
Got that right.
I got you. I'm with you.
Got that right.
But like you said, Clayton, it all depends on who got your back.
Got that right.
The NFL does nothing to Ray Lewis, but then because Justin Tucker wants a happy ending, and because Deshaun Watson wants happy endings, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. These brothers get crucified.
I do think they didn't have the league rule in place like they do now. Conduct detrimental to the league. Anything that you do, you automatically want a suspension. I don't think it was in place then in 2000.
Mm-hmm. You might be right, because I know they say Lawrence Taylor used to get it in now. Just get it in. Whatever get it in means to you. Whatever it means, get it in means to you, Ray. I mean, Lawrence Taylor used to do it.
Yeah. Well, now with Shannon Sharpe, right?
Mm-hmm.
There it's a new young lady who's suing him and Ocho Cinco for like $20 million, saying that he defamed her character by saying that she was married and she was going to get a divorce when she said she really wasn't married. Therefore, she can't get a divorce. Now she's suing him for $20 million, right? And so, and that's a defamation suit right there. She's saying that kind of defamed her character, and it's I don't know. She's saying it's making her look bad publicly. So now she's suing for $20 million. Do you think he should settle in this case too, or do you think he should fight it?
No. Fight it. Hell no. How is somebody saying that you're married and you saying that you're not married detrimental to your character, yo? People want to sue just for bullshit, yo. And that's what's wrong with America these days, man. It's bullshit.
Well, she's saying that, it defamed her character and it affected her professional life.
Right.
How?
Right.
How?
Because if you married and that thing went viral. And now, now employees these days, and she got some kind of professional job too. Employees these days, that's it's just like the NFL don't want you to do anything that's detrimental to them. Them jobs is watching stuff like that. So now it's like you're a married woman behaving like this, and now you're going through a divorce and all this. It's like it's a knock on your reputation. So now it's like, are you a person of high character? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying she has a valid lawsuit. I'm just saying this is her position. But one thing I do know about her, she don't have a lawyer. So obviously nobody's representing her. So I don't know how strong the case is.
That's the problem with America today. Everybody is suing everybody for everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on. The legal system, everybody threatens the legal system all the damn time. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. And that's the crazy part about it, man. Just like what's going on right now, like you said, with Shannon Sharpe and his podcast. If Shannon Sharpe would have walked on the street like, yo, I think that girl married. And that'd have been it. But because he said it on his podcast, now it's hurting her brand. It's hurting her reputation. It's hurting everything that she stood for. It's crazy.
So listen, but that's to me, that's a great indicator for people creating content, man. It's like you really gotta watch what you say about these people. You know what I'm saying? Claiming certain things. You can give an opinion, but it's the way you word it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I think you're right. I think
the only time you can call defamation on the situation if it's not true, and it defames somebody.
And that's what she said. She said she wasn't married. She wasn't married at the time. She wasn't going through a divorce, so it wasn't true.
But see, there you go. At the time, have you ever been married?
Yeah, she said she's not married now neither. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If you've been married and he say, well, she used to be married. It's the truth. It's the truth. You can never have defamation of character if it's the truth.
Well, that's why she's saying she defamed him, because she's saying it was a lie. I don't think she got a leg to stand on though, but it's just interesting. She going for it. She included Chad Ochocinco. She included the platform itself. She didn't include the volume, but she included Shay Media and all that.
I just think that, all right, so Shannon Sharpe, now he had $100 million deal on the table, right? That's what they say. He had a big deal on the table. I don't know exactly how much it was worth. So that deal is off the table. And he still have to pay this young lady out of pocket.
Yeah, nobody knows how much they settled on.
Yeah, well, right. But either way, when you know you're going to lose your big deals, your brand is going to be scarred.
Yeah,
I think people from now on, people just going to start fighting these cases. You know what I mean? Because if you fight a case, and the lawyers know that lawyers look for settlements anyway, because settlements are easy. It's easier than to go on, and it's less of a risk. That's
what people count on.
What you say, man?
That's what that people that suing you count on. They count on the easiness. They count on that you don't want the publicity. They count on all that stuff.
But if more people do like Trevor Bauer did, then the lawyers will be like, well, they'll be kind of judicious about how they select these cases. It got to be open and shut.
Yeah, but a lot of these people are being advised by their lawyer to sell.
Yeah.
Right.
And you want to keep talking about Trevor Bauer. Look what happened to him in the end. You know what I'm saying? He may have been found guilty. Not guilty and all this other stuff. And she may have been, found that she's, was trying to set him up and everything. But ultimately, look what happened to him. So he didn't play baseball anymore.
Do you think? But yeah. All right. That leads me to a question then. So is it worth it to save your character? You know what I mean? Like he be like, look, I know this was a consensual relationship. I know I never assaulted this young lady. I'm putting my career at risk. Would you settle, or would you go and save your character, basically?
Saving your character right now doesn't mean a lot if you don't have anything else. You know what I'm saying? He tried to save his character, and he did save his character, which cost him his career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And these days and age, character and career are two different things, unfortunately. You know, you can be a great person and your career be fucked. And that's what's going on in America these days. You know what I'm saying? You got to determine which one is more important, your character or your career.
That part. It's going to depend on the individual. What's most important?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would personally choose the Trevor Bauer route. You know what I mean? Especially if I didn't do anything, you know what I mean? And then it comes out that the young lady is you know, she was for the bag from the door. He playing baseball overseas, you know what I mean? So it's not like it ain't Major League Baseball. It's not his dream. But and I heard another young lady who said, she made a good point. That'll just lead people to just think about, be more careful about who they associate with. So
and that's the key.
Yeah, if you associate with somebody who don't have anything to lose, but everything to gain, then you put yourself at you put yourself and your career at a risk.
Keep your circle small, because everybody, you don't know who's coming after you.
Yeah.
These athletes today, they got to keep their circle small, man. They can't keep doing, you know, these Instagram models, and they see them and they want to talk to them. They can't keep doing that because they're going to put themselves in dumb situations.
Now,
that's plain and simple.
So what y'all got to say about like somebody at Shannon Sharpe age? He been handing out all this great advice, passed on down to him from his grandparents and everything, and then he get caught up by somebody that's 19.
Let's put in perspective. Shannon Sharpe has never been a superstar in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's a Hall of Famer. Yes, he's won some Super Bowls, but Shannon Sharpe has never been the first person you talk about when you're talking about tight ends. Shannon Sharpe has never been the first person you talk about when you're talking about great, you know, receivers. Shannon Sharpe has always been a above average NFL player. Okay, let's put it where it's supposed to be. So now what Shannon Sharpe is receiving superstar accolades because of what he's doing now as a podcaster, as a voice. And now everybody's throwing money in front of him. So Shannon Sharpe is seeing his success now where he didn't really see his success on the NFL field. And let's play it. He even said it. His brother was better than him. Yeah. And his brother never won a Super Bowl.
That's true, right? But if it just like I said, if you achieve or you see your success later on in your career, then it would seem like you have wisdom to go along with the money that you're getting now, and so you can't really fall for those traps. It would seem that you wouldn't fall for those traps that you would fell for like as a rookie. Like somebody like a Zion or the dude what's the kid in Minnesota, Anthony Edwards. You know what I mean?
But wisdom, when you get that money, then that wisdom has to come with you. Shannon Sharpe has never really gotten that money in the NFL like that. Okay, let's not forget that Shannon Sharpe has never really received that type of money in the NFL. Not what he's receiving now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
speaking of Shannon's money, Patrick Bet David, the guy that does the Valuetainment podcast, he broke down his money, how much he made over his football career and things of this nature. And he really didn't make a lot. You know, now when you look at, I think he generated over 20-something million playing football. Which is not a lot. Yeah,
and you're looking at $100 million contract that's sitting on the table from Disney.
See, I mean, that's what he said, but you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Listen,
whether he was looking at it or not, he don't have it. So it's really interesting to me how much he settled for, because and he was even trying to break down his views. They even looked at his total accumulative views on YouTube with his podcast. It's in the billions, but he was breaking it down. So
how much
he came up with a number.
I mean, look at it this way. Look, as great as Michael Jordan is, you got players that half the person Michael Jordan is right now, making 2/3 more than what Michael Jordan made in his career as an NBA player. Michael Jordan did not make a lot of money as an NBA player.
That's true.
Because of the times.
Well, his last Well, his last when he came back, his contracts he was the first 30 million a year guy when he came back, you know. But right, that first contract was a handshake, $800,000 a year, and he stood on that. Yeah.
Let me tell you, you got players right now that's not even close to Michael Jordan making 30 million a year.
Yeah, no doubt. I was just saying for that time, he was the first.
What was the dude the Knicks just signed to like a $31 million contract, and you like, huh? The Knicks just signed the dude.
Yeah. But you got to remember the money is in the sport. It's more money in the sport now than it was then.
Right, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like Shannon Sharpe now, he's making more in his career than he ever made in NFL. So we don't know what Shannon Sharpe mindset may be, because you know he may still have the mindset, oh, I'm getting money now, so now let me go buy the big cars, the big houses, and let me go after the slick women now. He may still have that mindset because he never really made that money.
If he's getting big money, the ESPN contract had to be big, in my opinion, and then his endorsements had to be big, because listening to the guy break down his other money, it really wasn't a whole lot.
Now, what other money you talking about? Like from social media, podcasts and stuff like that.
He was breaking down his football career and his podcasting.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, he got this liquor brain. He had ESPN contract. Yeah. He had commercial with Kevin Hart, stuff like that.
Yeah, and let's not forget he had a cigar thing that he was trying to set up too.
Yeah,
a cigar brand he was trying to set up.
And he might got some investments and stuff. We don't know.
Yeah. Let me.
But
my man Kent Carlson, welcome back, Kent. Kent says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. Seems like both thought they were too big and untouchable, but they wanted to play, so they had to pay, right?" And so like with Trevor Bauer, right? He a young dude, you really can't give any of these guys a pass. But I would like
absolutely not.
You 50-something years old. I don't care if you was in the league and you made $12 the whole time you was dead. You along the way, you should have accumulated at least some wisdom, like life lessons and stuff like that would have helped you. Like, why are you with somebody that's 19 and don't have nothing to lose?
Let me say it to you like this, and because we're treating Shannon Sharpe like he's not human. Okay. For any one of us right now, if we won the Mega Ball for $350 million, our lifestyles would change.
Yeah, but your morals
but let me say this. You may say that your morals may not change, but you don't know until you're in that place of what you will do. Okay. From my perspective now, if I won the lottery and my bank account went from what it is now to $350 million in the bank account, my whole aspect of life would change. My mind thinking will change, and because it has to change. You know what I'm saying? You can't have the same mindset that you have going to work every day, making a little bit of change. Now your minds, now that you have your money now that you have money now you got to look in a different direction. How do I take that money and make it work for me instead of me working for it? So you have to change your mindset.
But if that's who you are, if that's a part of you. You have some people that has a lot of money, like Adam Sandler, for instance. Let's take him for instance. He's got all this money and success in Hollywood, but he lives a meager life. He doesn't have that kind of lifestyle, the flashy and
that's what I'm saying. You got to figure out that part and then go that route. Some people don't do that. Some people get that bag and like, yo, I'm going to splurge because I deserve it. Then you got some people that have the bag and be like, look, I'm gonna stay who I am because I'm humble and I knew what it took to get the bag. You ever hear the saying?
You ever hear the saying, if you're an asshole and you get money, it just make you a bigger asshole? See, these things don't make you become a person. You are that person, and then the money gives you the opportunity to really express it. You really express it.
But it also changes you. Money changes people as well. Yeah, it can. Money changes people. Money changes people all the time.
On the outside looking in, you looking at that person as if they change, but money can't change you. It only brings out what you are.
Money changes some people all the time.
That's on the outside looking in.
I mean, that's the only way we can do it. That's the only way we can do it.
Well, yeah, but
so well, let me ask you this, man. So you can't. So you telling me that like if you hit that Powerball, that you're not sure how you would act. Like you're
No,
not sure, like, how you
I'm
would
saying
govern
this,
your life, how you would act.
I'm being honest with myself. I'm
Right.
saying this: if I hit that Powerball, my life will change.
Yeah,
Plain and simple.
And we
For the
believe
good or the bad, it depends on the way that I take that road. But
And-
my life will change.
and we
It has to
believe
change.
and we believe, but you only can speak, for man. But we believe.
Right. And that's all I can speak for is myself. But
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, everybody your life will change. Now,
Not
the road that
necessarily.
you take, it depending on the road that you take, if it's going to change for the better of you, it's going to change for the worse of you. If you're going to make somebody else better, if you're going to bring light to everybody else, that all depends on which way you go. But society states that your life will change. Your life won't stay the same. You won't do the same things. You won't move in the same circles because now you have $350 million in the bank stating that you can't move in the same circles. You can't do the same things. When you wake up in the morning to go to a 9 to 5, your body and your mind like, yo, I don't have to do this anymore. And you shouldn't do it because now you should be figuring out how to make other people's life better with that money. Well, some people don't think that way though. Some people like, yo, I ain't got to get up no more because now I got money.
I'm talking about like financially your life will change, right? And it will dictate that you have to adjust to your circles and your financial situation, right? But I'm talking about like moral decisions and stuff like that, right?
But and that's what I'm saying, the road. That's why I'm saying the road. You know what I'm saying? The money is the money. When you get money like that, that's where you're standing on. Okay, now you got to figure out the more, like you said, your moral compass. You know what I'm saying? Am I this person that's going to go to the left and be that same person that I have in my mind and stick with the same woman I've been with for the past 20 years that followed me through my struggles? You know what I'm saying? Had that same family members that's been with me when I was broke, but now I'm going to come up. Am I going to bring them up with me, or are you going to be that person that goes to the left? Be like, you know what, Shorty, you was good back then, but I can get better now. You know what, dudes? Y'all was my boys, but now that I make some money, I think I'm gonna travel with some friends. They make the same type of money that I make.
This
I don't have to bring along.
Situation. If I was to come into some money like that, because while I don't have money like that, if you my boys for a reason. My woman in my life is my woman in my life for a reason, right? So whether I have money or not, you know what I mean? Like that role that you serve in my life will be the role that you continue to serve in my life when I get money. So it don't matter like the money, like the morals about the situation, because it's even if you don't have money, you still can't have certain people around you. You know what I mean? And when you do have money, they just help, like y'all said, just bring out all the asshole in everybody.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. That sometimes you got to watch it because your boys is your boys when you broke, but are they the same boys that you need around you when you got money? Because look at these athletes now; their boys ain't always their boys when they got money. You know what I'm saying? Because now your boys are like, yo, this is my man. I'm gonna be with him, but you bring it up to the table.
But you still know, your friend's character, right? Like, I mean, all three of us, like if I was a pickpocket or somebody who snatched purses or something, y'all wouldn't, you know what I mean? Y'all wouldn't mess with me now. So it wouldn't. And if y'all did mess with me now, and then when you came into some money, then you shouldn't be shocked that when I get y'all caught up in some bullshit, because you know I've been bullshit the whole time.
The whole time.
But let me ask you a question.
Just being expressed differently.
Bullshit. The more money y'all got,
because you know what happens.
Man, the more bullshit I'm gonna be.
Right, but you know what happened? Look at LeBron, prime example. Look at LeBron. He knew who his circle was, and he brought his circle with him. You know what I'm saying? And some of his boys didn't make it, and some of his boys didn't make it. But majority, what was it, 2 or 3 of them that actually really made it and came up with LeBron?
Yeah, what was the dude? Maverick, his buddy Maverick Carter. I don't know how far back him and the other dude. What's Rich Rich, how
Paul.
far back him and Rich go? I don't know, but yeah, he got a tight little circle that's that they are. Same thing with Kevin Hart. You know what I mean? Like Kevin Hart had some dudes that he been tight with for years, and that you got to be a good judge of character.
And let's look at the other side of that coin. Adrian Peterson is the prime example of the other side of that coin. You know what I'm saying? How his family and his friends was trying to rob him blind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where Adrian Peterson almost went broke. Dealing with his family. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, not almost broke, but dealing with his family and his friends, and his kids. Adrian Peterson went broke.
Yeah.
So it all depends on. That's why I'm saying with Shannon Sharpe, and that's why this situation with Shannon Sharpe is so interesting. Is that the fact that he didn't really make that much money from his career, but his second half is now when he's shining, and now you can see the kinks in his armor now. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because you would think, like you said, as older you get, the more wiser you should become with money. But Shannon Sharpe, it looked like he's proving the fact that it don't matter how old you are, you can still gonna have money problems. You're gonna still have the same problems if you're not careful with it.
Wisdom doesn't automatically come with age.
Yeah, and that's
exactly.
My man, Kent Carlson says, "Careful what you seek, and watch out for snakes." It's important. You got to be careful, like what you seek. And like when you watch his show and Shannon Sharpe show, and he's talking about he wanna what was it he said he wanna sleep with what his wages can afford or something like that. Not his age, his wage. He want to sleep with not his age, but his wage, right? Those right there, those kind of words right there came back bite him in the butt.
Well, they indicators of where he's at. He drew himself to himself. That's exactly what he did. He drew himself to himself.
Right.
And a lot of people,
it just came in female form. I'm listening.
Yeah. When Shannon Sharpe first started, people couldn't recognize if Shannon Sharpe was putting on a facade with what he was talking about on his podcast. Was the Shannon Sharpe on his podcast who he really was, or was he putting on that facade for that podcast situations? You know what I'm saying? And now people figure it out like, whoa, that podcast is really who Shannon Sharpe is. You know what I'm saying? That stuff that Shannon Sharpe be talking about on his podcast is who he really is.
Yeah.
And now people don't like it. It's like nah, this is not good for my brand. It's not, and that's what Disney said. This is not good for us. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't tell if that Shannon Sharpe that you were portraying was just a character that you were playing. Yeah. And we want a different character because we like what you talk about. We like your voice. We like what you're saying, and we like what you bring to the table. Now, your character may be kind of suspect, but we'll look past that because we got Stephen A. Now, Disney like, yo, that character that you're portrayed is actually you. That's who you are, and we can't do it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of characters, right? Let's get into like Gilbert Arenas. So Gilbert Arenas was arrested. I guess they say for allegedly running like a illegal gambling operation out of his allowing somebody to run an illegal gambling operation out of his mansion, right?
No, that wasn't his mansion, but go ahead.
It wasn't his mansion?
No.
Well, he did get arrested for being connected to an illegal gambling operation.
So let me tell you what I got from my
now they're saying it was his mansion. Yeah.
Let me tell you what I got from my sources. Right. And that's just the internet, me reading different stuff. That he was running out of his house $100,000 buy-in poker game every other night out of that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay. And then somebody got caught up, snitched on it, and they infiltrated the damn gambling shit.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. So he had FBI agents playing in his house $100,000 buy-ins in his crib.
Yeah.
So he got caught red-handed because the motherfuckers played in the game. So it ain't like he wasn't even, he knew about it, whatever. And some of the games he didn't even play, but it was in his crib and he knew about it. So
wow.
he going down.
And they said he was associated with a guy that was a part of the Israeli organized crime figure or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he going. Gilbert's is going down.
Yeah. Well, Gilbert said he gonna snitch. So he said he gonna snitch. But see, Gilbert think this is a joke, right?
He think it's a game. Yeah, he did.
But when you messing with somebody who's associated with organized crime, and then you put it out there like they can't take me down, and he said something about snitching or something like that. Like you can't. He
don't take him seriously. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He don't take it seriously.
And that's why I said it wasn't his mansion. He made a statement. This ain't got shit to do with me. I just rented the house.
He rented it to them, though.
Did he?
Yeah, he rented the house to them.
He rented to them. Okay.
He rented it to them. So my man Kent Carlson said sad it is sad as it is, but true colors always show and comes out in the wash, right?
Yeah.
And that's true. I agree with that. That Gilbert, everybody always, Gilbert Arenas, people really don't take Gilbert Arenas serious anyway. But yeah, man, I think Gilbert
he has a hot podcast though. His podcast is really hot. Gilbert Arenas' podcast is really hot. And now all that is in jeopardy now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like they said, if you want to take that really crime syndicate as a joke, he can. But we may find Gilbert Arenas missing one day.
Even if he's found guilty on what he's being accused of, I don't think it carry a whole bunch of jail time or weight.
But not for him. But if they don't really want Gilbert, the feds know Gilbert. He all about the you know what I mean? So yeah.
Right.
We'll see, but they're charging Gilbert's with it though.
Right.
Hopefully he'll snitch on the big boy shit.
Right, exactly. So yeah, if Gilbert don't really he don't face any serious charges.
Yeah. Oh, they're giving the big boys unless he snitch. They give him the time.
Yeah.
They will give him the time because like I said, they infiltrated the situation. So he's been there during the games.
Yeah, but I don't think this gambling thing is enough to finish his podcast, is what I'm saying.
Oh shit, he'll do jail time. That's federal. That's federal. He big boy federal. Federal, you do anything federal, you do jail time for unless you snitch.
Mm.
Yeah.
If they find him guilty, he doing jail time. Trust me, on federal shit, he'll do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I never heard nobody being on probation for federal crimes though. I don't know.
Because I don't think there is probation for federal.
Yeah.
Federal is all straight time.
Yeah.
No, you do straight time. That's for sure.
Yeah. So Gilbert, this a game to Gilbert. He just think that he said they can't hold him down or they can't keep him or something like that. Gilbert just think it's funny, but you got to be. If you putting the federal government on these other people that they don't think it's funny, they taking it serious.
Mm-hmm.
So
listen, if federal government can bring down people like Al Capone and all those guys and John Gotti and everybody, Gilbert Arenas is nobody. They gonna grab his ass and say, "Hey, this is what we want from you. If you don't give it to us, we're gonna give you 5 years federal time." He gonna snitch. They gonna get what they want. And Gilbert Arenas is going to try to get out there with not serving nothing. That's what's going to happen to him.
I wonder how he even get connected with these type of people.
Because he's stupid. He's stupid. One of his boys probably told you, let me tell you, Gilbert Arenas has always been known for gambling. You know what I'm saying? Even with the gun charge that he caught in DC, wasn't because he was gambling?
It was a gambling debt, unpaid gambling debt. Yeah.
So he's always been a gambler. He probably owed somebody some stuff and was like, look, dude, let's do a big time gambling stakes in your crib. And it was probably like this. We just going to do it one time, see you show up. And it probably went from one time to like, hey, let's keep it going because this is some money making. We give you $20,000, $30,000 every time we do it. Yeah. And he like, all right, cool. He don't see nothing wrong with it.
Let me ask y'all a question. Just a little bit off subject. Did y'all ever see the episode of Fred Sanford when those gamblers tried to take over Fred Sanford house and try to use it as a gambling spot?
Yeah.
Is that when he beat him out their money?
No, that wasn't the time he beat him. It
Okay.
was thugs. Thugs that tried to use Fred and Lamont House as a
casino.
gambling spot.
Oh no, I ain't see that.
Yeah, that was funny as I don't know. Yeah, man. But I just think that with this gambling stuff that's going on now and it's getting more prevalent and stuff like that, you're gonna see more situations like this. And now you're talking about the Morrison twins. Which one of them is caught up in this?
Marcus. I think it's Marcus.
Marcus Morrison.
Yeah, I think it's Marcus. Yeah.
So he in jail without no bail because he owed Las Vegas casinos. He owed them some money.
Well, 240,000 or something like that.
Right?
Huh? 240,000 or some shit like that. He wrote bad checks for.
Yeah. Bad checks. Yep. Fraud.
Yeah, I can say because he's not in jail for owing them the money. He's in jail for writing bad checks.
Fraud. Writing the bad check. Yep.
Because then when they came after him, I think they paid off the debt that he owed, but then they kept him.
Yeah, because he got the bad check fraud. He got check fraud sitting on.
Man.
Yeah.
I think what's going on with this gambling thing though is that like the people who run gambling and stuff like that, they trying to set some ground rules so people they make an example of people like Malik Beasley, the Morrison twin, like certain things when it comes to gambling, like they're not going to accept. Like you're not going to be able to write bad checks. You're not going to be able to write, you know what I mean, to
skip out on it,
like on those games and stuff like that. And if you in the league, so they just trying to, you know.
Well, you know why, right? You know why it is like that now, right? Because now the casinos have to pay taxes on that money.
Yeah,
they got to pay taxes on it. So if they collect or not, they still got to pay taxes, huh?
Even the money that they lose, they paying taxes on.
No, they won the money.
Just over earnings. Yeah, casinos don't lose money, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember, the casino won that money, so the casino has to pay they have to pay the taxes on it. Now, before all this was legalized, you know, casinos didn't really care because there wasn't no taxes on it.
Yeah.
Now that casinos are getting taxed all over the country, they want their money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can't afford to send somebody out and break your legs because they want their money.
Well, they got the federal government now that'll come after you. So you know what I mean? So they don't have to send, you know, Tony 2 times after you. They could just send you know, the federal government after you.
Right. But the kids, even if and this is what the mob used to think. That's why they used to break your legs and didn't kill you. If we kill them, we collect nothing.
Right. Can't
you
get
know
no
what I'm
money.
saying?
Yeah.
We collect no money. So if you owe us $250,000 and we kill you, guess who's going to still owe $250,000? A dead man.
Yeah.
So shit, they much rather have that dude out of jail, trying to get him their money, than have him in jail. But it worked out because before he got locked up, he hurried up and paid him.
Yeah, but they still kept his ass.
They still kept him.
Yeah.
Let you know, don't fuck around with him. That's what it is.
What Kent Carson said, love Sanford and Son, Red Fox was cool as I don't know what. I wonder if Kent remember that episode I was talking about where them thugs tried to take over Fred's house.
Yeah. The cool part I remember about is Fred always had that secret drawer that he had to do a secret knot with and open up. That's where he always kept his loot right there.
Yeah.
But speaking of that debt that Marcus that's a drop in the bucket to casinos. That really ain't nothing.
Yeah.
I think it's more about just the fraud because $250,000 is nothing.
Well,
it's
you
nothing.
gotta think too though. Like they don't want to take that loss.
They're not taking one. It's nothing. It's really nothing.
They got so much more competition now though. You got casinos in Baltimore.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. These gambling houses generating hundreds of millions of dollars daily. Yeah. Trust me on that.
You're probably right because what's the name of this casino? Like I don't know. Maybe they all
Yeah.
connected, and like you said, they all one gambling house.
Yeah.
I do think that they trying to just set a precedent and not have people think that you could write a bad check and just roll
Right.
out.
That's what it is. It's the precedents they trying to set. They, like you
Yeah.
said, Clay, they don't give a shit about the money. They want to make sure that the average Joe know not to fuck with them. So if it's
Yeah.
$250,000, $1 million, or if it's 25,000, don't give them their goddamn money.
Just on one football game, right? Just on one football game.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a betting house, just one sports book, generate over $100 million off one game.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah. But do you know those? They don't cut you like if you owe the federal government in taxes, if you owe them $1, they want that dollar. You
Well,
can't
yeah,
say,
I mean,
"Oh man, it's only $1." They gonna come after you.
yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the federal government. Yeah, the main thing is the writing a bad check. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that money. That's nothing.
But it's
Trust
all,
me.
it's like I said, it's all about a precedent though.
Yeah, they're
You
not
don't
going
want
to let
nobody.
him.
If
Right.
you're a casino house or whatever, you don't want nobody owing you no money.
Right. They're
And
not
thinking they
going
can
to
get
let
away
him
with it.
not pay. I get that,
Right.
but I'm just saying that 200 and something $1,000 ain't nothing, man. Trust
It
me.
ain't to them.
Yeah.
It was something to somebody because somebody put it in the federal hands to get.
Well,
Somebody put them bad checks out there.
yeah, no doubt.
So
No doubt.
Kendrick Perkins said, man, he had to step away from gambling because he had a marker like that and a debt like that. He was like, I can't. I think they probably gonna make it so uncomfortable for these dudes to be gambling in the league and stuff like that. It's gonna discourage a lot of guys to stay away from that.
Yeah. No doubt.
Hey, we're gonna do that right now.
What?
Address the flying objects, baby. 135 flying objects on the field. I mean, on the court.
Man. Yeah. So look, I don't know what's going on with the WNBA. What was that game? The first thing that happened was this young lady, what's her name? Kalia Copper, her wig got pulled off, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And she ran off the court like I don't know.
And hold up, they stopped the game.
That's the thing. They stopped the game. They stopped the game.
It wasn't a 5. It wasn't a 5-on-4. She runs off the court and they stop
the game.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? You stopped the game.
Yeah. Man, welcome, Retro. Welcome. What's going on? So I don't know though. Like with the WNBA, I don't know. This is like something I never seen. As far as
never seen anything like this.
Like people throwing sex toys on the court.
Yeah.
The disrespect for the league and stuff like that. I don't know. This is like something I never seen, man. I don't know. But the thing is, and the people who threw it, or whoever threw the thing up there, like, wasn't no punishment. Like they didn't get thrown out. But
that's the thing right there, Mike. That's the thing. So early in the season, when Angel said that somebody was making monkey noise stuff, they did this long investigation, just trying to find out who did it. This damn dildo get thrown on the court in Atlanta. No investigation, because I'm sure you got cameras everywhere.
Oh yeah.
No investigation, no nothing. They ain't even trying to find the person who threw it. Then you had another one happen last night in the Chicago Sky game. No investigation, no nothing.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
It's crazy, man.
You know how when in hockey they have hat tricks and they throw all that, they score 3 goals a hat trick, they throw hats on the court, yo. It's going to get crazy before it gets better.
Yeah.
They're going to start throwing all type of sex toys on the court.
That's the thing now. It's trending. Yeah.
It's going to be.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So once that first person got away with it, you know what I mean? Like you should have, they could have found that person, like you said, Clayton. There's cameras everywhere. Somebody would have
Everywhere.
snitched. If you know what I mean, or a small reward or something, they would have snitched and pointed them out.
Yeah.
And now you address that. You don't have copycatters doing that at every game.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for one of them games to be on ABC primetime. And here come a dildo.
Dang. But you know them games that add 3 seconds away.
They
right?
got a good time
So,
delay.
yeah,
I know,
so they
but
got
still.
that button to hit it real quick. They be like, oh, let's get them out of there.
Hey, I'm waiting for that, man. But that's crazy, man. And then the ref
right,
won the first time they picked it up with a bad hand. Last night the guy threw the towel over that lease, but I'm wondering if it was even a used one.
But Mike, you're absolutely right though. We should be discussing the matter of why are the fans disrespecting the sport like that?
Yeah,
that's what we really need to dig into is why is the fans or a fan or fans.
No, they separate.
Right, but I'm saying why are the fans going towards that way now to be disrespectful like that? Because I can understand you throwing a hat on a thing or something like that or something like, but a dildo that's a sign of disrespect right there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got a theory.
What is it?
Maybe because it's the stereotype of the league that is lesbian. So maybe they
it's definitely connected.
Y'all need some D, you know? I don't know.
It's definitely a connection and some disrespect, like man said.
Disrespect.
But I just think that like I said, if they had nipped it in the bud when it was at that first game in Atlanta, they could say, they show the person get drug out in cuffs, then it would have been,
First of all, I got a problem right now with security. Who in the hell is letting these women in there with that big ass dildo they throwing out of there on that court?
No, but see, here's the thing.
Baggage checks.
No, but here's the thing like that, right? You got certain things prohibited, but you don't. What arena is thinking about no dildos allowed in the? I mean, you ain't. That's not something on your checklist right now.
Listen, the first time that it happened, the WNBA steps in front of it. For now on, we bag and checking everybody that comes in, and if somebody finds it, they cannot bring it into the arena. Easy.
Well, I thought they have a clear bag policy.
I can right say,
some of them do. Some of them do. But it's easy enough to take care of. If the WNBA goes in front of it and says, like, look, we're not having this. You come into our arenas, now we're bag checking. If you have it in the bag, we're going to make you throw it away or you're leaving. But you're not bringing it into the arena. Easy enough. The WNBA not only let it happen once, they let it happen again. Which tells me somebody in the WNBA is not paying attention to trends because now it's trending, and trying to step in front of it. And this is what I've been talking about with the WNBA and their management. They don't step in front of stuff when it happens. They don't hit that marketing when they need it. You know what I'm saying? They're reactive instead of being proactive and stuff. And that's why this league is failing. Plain and simple.
That's true. Kent, appreciate the super chat. Thanks for the super chat, Kent. And Kent said it is insane. Kids don't need to see that. And so that's a good point though. Like, and see, that's another thing with the WNBA, right? Certain things that go on, not just this incident, and I don't want to seem like, all right, I'm blaming the victim, right? But certain things that go on in the WNBA, like certain parents don't want, that's why they don't want to associate their daughters with the WNBA. So, and like I said, I'm not blaming the WNBA, but I just think that because I think it's a niche sport, because you have a certain segment that sport appeals to, and they really, fans outside of that segment, they don't really act like they appreciate those fans. Like the guy who stood outside that facility and asked Kelsey Plum for her autograph. You know what I mean? So like, show your fans some appreciation. Like people who appreciate your sport, appreciate them. The fan who wore a Cleveland jersey to like a Sparks game, and a young lady said, you know, you got to do better than that. you know, I think some of that stuff, man, I think they just gotta, you know, if people appreciate you and they appreciate what you do, then you gotta reciprocate that.
You gotta
Listen,
understand the
yeah.
assignment, baby. You gotta understand the assignment.
And
Exactly.
the
assignment is
WNBA
to
does
grow the
not.
league.
They don't do that. Especially
They don't.
and as family oriented as the WNBA can be, you know what I'm saying? When you sit back, when they talk about being gay or lesbian and all that type of stuff, that's not a family orientated issue. WNBA
Yeah.
should have stepped right in front of that automatically.
Mhm,
It doesn't
mhm.
matter if they're gay or if they're straight. Just as many gay people as you think that we have in the league, we have just as many straight people. It doesn't matter. They should have stepped in
Yep.
front of that, but they say nothing about it, and they let their superstars talk about it. They need to shut their superstars
Yep.
up, and they get in front of their situation.
The
Okay, so they
WN
don't nail it. They don't
the
do
W-
that.
the WNBA really truly are not, they weren't ready for this influx. They're not ready for all the attention. They're not ready to be on this big stage. They're not ready. But a lot of us aren't too when it happens. And I think after a while, you're going to start getting turned over, and they need to go through these things to get shit in order, you know, to some degree. So, because sometimes you got so much stuff you're thinking about. Sometimes you got to get hit with stuff,
But see,
and then you got to react. You know,
but
sometimes.
dude, but you got the NBA backing you, man. There's smart people in the NBA, and there's smart people in the WNBA, yo. I just don't understand why the WNBA can't get a collective group that's going to lead them to the future instead of getting this group that they have now that's going to react to things that happen and then don't even react in enough time. Like now, you have two incidents with a dildo on a thing. And has anybody heard anything from a statement from the WNBA yet?
No statement.
No
I haven't
statement.
heard. Well, let me see if they put out a statement on it.
Okay, I haven't heard of a statement.
Yeah.
It's the league. You get in front of that. You do not let your stars or your athletes take a role in this. You get a role in front of this, so they don't have to.
Right.
So the fans don't have to pick. You get in front of it.
Right.
And that's what I'm talking about. There's enough smart people in both of these leagues, in the NBA and the WNBA, whereas though this situation, if it happens, you out in front of it and you're taking care of the situation in the media. So it doesn't happen again, man.
I agree with that. What was Kent says, Kent Carlson says, hello from Texas. Love Al Sophie. Can't wait for the boss beast Caitlin to return. And I want to talk about, I want to do a show about that. Like tomorrow, I wanted to talk about like Caitlin's return to the Indiana Fever, right? Indiana Fever, I think like they now like 16 wins, 12 losses. I think they on a winning streak. So now, with that, like what is going to be Caitlin Clark's role in, on the team as far as like with them moving forward? Like what's going to be her role as far as them moving forward?
Can I ask this bigger question though?
What is that?
What if when Caitlin Clark returns, what if somebody throws a dildo on the court when she's playing?
That'd be a bigger issue. Then the league would have to address it.
Right. Then the league will have to address it. That's what I'm talking about. She comes back, and because you see all the shenanigans that's happening now that she's gone right now. You know what I'm saying? All the shenanigans stuff, we talking about the wig getting pulled off and they stopped the game. We talking about dildos, all the shenanigans that's happening when she's gone. And that's what I'm talking about with the WNBA. They have nothing to talk about when she's gone.
Well, what about this? Tawana Bonner with Phoenix went back to Indiana. And they booed her out the building, right?
Sure.
So the media wanted to know, like, how they asked, what's the other young Boston?
Kalia Cobb. No, Aaliyah Boston.
Aaliyah Boston, right? Yeah, Aaliyah Boston. Like, what did she think about that? And she said that ain't had nothing to do with her. But I think an even more honest answer would have been, what do you expect from the fans? You know what I mean? Like, if you turn your back on our organization, our franchise, then next time you come back, you're gonna get booed.
Right.
You know what I mean? So she shouldn't have to have been put in a position where she had to condone it or either or not condone it. She said ain't had nothing to do with her.
And my question is, why would you even ask that? Because in sports, Tom Brady can't go to certain arenas without getting booed.
Right.
Because why would you boo the people that you don't like? Like Michael Jordan used to get booed in Detroit all the goddamn time.
You probably still
Well,
be.
well, Courtney Williams and the other girl, the stud buzz, they talked about it. And she was like, it's just like Kyrie Irving when he go back to Boston. They boo him. She was like, they don't understand Kalia Copper and them not understanding it. Like, that's crazy. Even our coach understood it. That's what happens in sports.
The women's league is different though. They they want to get the women's league. It just seems like they more sensitive and it's different. Like men know that like everywhere you go, outside of your own. Like Reggie Miller got booed everywhere he went.
I'm telling you, it might be this time of age because everybody's expecting what happened to Luka when he went back to Dallas. They cheered him when he went back to Dallas.
Well, look at what Luka did for his team, though. He took them, you know what I mean?
That's right. Like, and okay, that was cool, but that's not the norm. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was gonna give all right, say like if Diana Taurasi, like if she went into certain stadiums, Diana Taurasi or Candace Parker, they gonna get love because of like the careers that they had in the league.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But like all players are not on that level.
They get cheered for who they are, not who they play for.
Right.
Some people get booed by who they playing for. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you used to play for me, now you play for somebody else. I don't like you no more because now you're trying to beat us.
Well, they did.
And that's
they fined Alyssa Thomas because of that. Not her yelling at the fans, but she yelled at the fans and she didn't do the press conference. So they got something in their contract where she's getting fined for that, so, it's a process, growing pains with them, but, I don't know, man, it's crazy. I don't know what they expected, talking about she a legend and this, that, and the other, but it's like them fans feel like she quit on their team, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean,
that's
now you're going to punish the fans for the way they feel. So now the fans ain't supposed to boo somebody now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, just let them boo. Well, when you boo them, that shows that they're interested in the situation.
Yes.
A cheer and a boo is the same thing.
Yes.
Well, when Kalia Copper, when her wig came off, the fan who started laughing and making wisecracks about it, that fan got put out.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
That is crazy. Like how
that's
you get
crazy to me.
Like why you? I don't know. I think if you're
like,
in church, somebody wig fall off, that's different. But you had a basketball game.
We've gotten to a place in this country that you can't say anything about a woman, and it's like a high crime.
Yeah,
it all started in Little League where they didn't keep score, and you got a participation trophy. Everything you did. That's where it started. Everybody is soft now. You playing basketball. You playing a sport. You wear a wig. Why are you wearing a wig? I don't know. But you wearing a wig, and it gets pulled off, and you think it shouldn't have gotten pulled off? Come on, you're playing a sport.
This is what happens when you cater to something, right? You cater to a certain demographic. They're going to keep pushing and asking for more, taking more. So the whole thing of subsidizing this league and doing these things that's been done and the Me Too movement and all these things that's happening around women, it's going to keep going and going and going. It's like they're going to keep demanding certain things from people. And, that's crazy to me. It's like sports is sports. Fans are called fanatics for a reason. So that's part of it. It's part of the game.
Is that entitlement, though?
Yeah, it has become. That's what happens. They catered, now they become entitled. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
After 20, the league is 30 years in, 27 years in, or something like that, right?
I think.
Okay, 29 years in. You're trying to tell me she's the first woman to wear a wig in the WNBA?
No, I doubt it. Yeah.
Right, you're right, exactly. So, why is it such a big deal for the WNBA if the wig gets pulled off? Like, you should know this is happening. If they wearing wigs, you know what happens.
This is just
like the NFL. Remember the NFL when the guys started wearing dreads?
Yes.
Out of their helmets.
Yes.
The NFL addressed it right away.
Yes.
Your dreads are part of you. They can pull your hair and tackle you. So if you want to wear dreads outside your helmet, that's on you.
Yeah. If
Upstanding
anything,
quality league.
if anything, they should address the dress code because that can actually be a hazard to the other player. If anything, they should be streamlining some of these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're in the heat of competition, you know?
Right. Instead of looking surprised that it happened and stop the game. Oh my God, the wig fell off and completely stopped the game.
In football, I can understand pulling the drag and you're trying to tackle. In basketball, you really shouldn't be pulling at somebody's head, but they should be addressing these players like proper wear, proper equipment, stuff like that. It should be part of the equipment, like maybe fake hair and wigs should be prohibited. You know,
proper
I don't
glue.
know
What glue to put on your wig that makes sure it stays on.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I think the young lady who pulled her hair, I think she was going around a pick. I don't even think it was
incidental. Yeah, it was incidental. Yes.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about the women's leagues. You know, there's certain issues that comes along with women's sports that you need to address right away. If this happens, this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? You address it right away, and then you plan for it. How does the WNBA not plan for one of their players for the wig to fall off?
Yeah.
How do you not plan for that?
Yeah.
You know.
Let's see what they do moving forward.
Yeah. And let me Ken Carlson said, what Ken say? And Sophie is the real deal. Yeah, Sophie is the real deal, no doubt.
She tweeted after the game. Stop throwing dildos on the court. Y'all can hurt us.
Yeah.
And she wasn't even in the game that it happened. She tweeted after her game last night.
Yeah, because did you see the first one that they threw?
Yeah,
the first one they showed.
They showed this one too.
No little ass dildo either.
No.
That shit can hurt somebody.
Yeah. And now Sophie got a podcast, so she's speaking her mind.
On her podcast, did Sophie address? Is she the one who said that Caitlyn is the face of the league, whether people want to admit it or not?
Yeah.
She said she can't even really see why somebody would think otherwise.
Yeah, and she also said, I was in Phoenix locker room last year, and I know what we was talking about doing to her. It's too much.
Oh, okay.
It's the same reason people didn't want to accept Michael Jordan. Same reason people didn't want to accept Kobe. Same reason people didn't want to accept LeBron. It's just a lot of hating going on when you know you ain't at the top. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's Caitlyn. We all know Caitlyn Clark is the face of the WNBA. We know that. The media knows that. The fans know that. The only people that don't know it is the players.
Yeah, Mike,
you gotta ask yourself, why is that?
You were saying something about her role. You think her role is going to change?
Yeah, I don't know how her role will change. I just want to know, like, all right, for instance, will she be like Steph Curry? What Steph Curry is to Golden State, or will she be like what Magic was to LA, right? So Magic was more of a facilitator, right? And with Caitlyn game, she's a scorer and she's a facilitator, right? So now, will she have to adjust her game to fit into what they already doing in order to keep winning? That's my question.
She's had time with them this year. You've seen them. I know, although she was hurt, you saw them right before her last injury. They was rounding into shape then. And she was playing she was still taking her shots. She was still I don't think nothing changes. The only thing changes with them is I think Aaliyah Boston, her game will go back to looking like it did. But I don't think it changed. Only thing that's going to change is that, like, you know, the way the ball is moving. Like now they got to rely on several movements to get somebody open, as opposed to her having like Sophie said it. When she plays, everybody's open. But when she doesn't play, we got to rely on that ball movement, skip past that, getting it back across the floor to get open. So to me, they know how to play both ways, because I saw them rounding into shape right before she went out.
To me, the only thing that's going to change is going to be two things that's going to change. One is Caitlin minutes. She doesn't have to pay as many minutes anymore as she used to. That's going to be the one thing that's going to change.
Right.
And the other thing that's going to change is the point that now Caitlin can play how she wants to play. She don't have to do as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? Caitlin Clark doesn't have to be the focus. So if you want to double team Caitlin Clark now, somebody else is going to burn you on Indiana.
Right.
So now you can't afford to double team Caitlin Clark. So now if Caitlin wants to go down there and shoot the ball on you, she can do that. Yeah. That's the two things. Is her role and her time is the two things that's going to change for the better for Indiana.
Well, I don't think her role going to change. She always going to be
when I say her role, when I say her role, I mean her as in general, whereas though everybody say, well, now we have to double team Caitlin Clark because she's going to be the one that beat us. You can't do that no more. If you play defense like that against Indiana, you're going to get smashed.
I'll say this: if she comes back fully healthy, they become a great team. They're a really good team now. Yeah. She come back healthy, they're a great team. Yeah. And if she come back 100% healthy, she becomes more efficient. I think they win the championship if she comes back healthy.
Yeah.
Because they
didn't beat all the top dogs. When they beat Phoenix the other night without her, even though Phoenix scored 100 points, they put up 107. They didn't beat all the top teams in the league.
Yeah, and when you go to compare her to Steph Curry, look how much better Steph Curry is when he had Klay Thompson on the field, when he had Durant on the field, when he had, Draymond doing his thing. Yeah. Steph became more lethal because you couldn't double team him because somebody else is going to beat you. Yeah, right. But you had to play him because he's going to beat you.
They got shooters all over the floor. Mike, last year, she was getting Lexi Hall and them open shots. And they wasn't, and Lexi Hall had the highest 3-point field goal percentage in the league, right? And she wasn't even known for that, right? But now you got bona fide, legitimate scores. They just added this girl, Bibby. She can shoot from the 3. Everybody's knocking down shots. If she come back healthy, it's a wrap. It's an absolute wrap.
So now, what's the coach? Stephanie White says that she likes the way the team is moving the ball right now, right? So that's why I said, because she likes the ball moving from baseline to baseline. Like I said, she likes the way the ball moves. So you don't think that no adjustment as far as Caitlin Clark is concerned, like she'll be able to continue to move the ball the way they need to move the ball?
They've already played with Caitlin. When Caitlin played, they play a certain style. Yeah. And they've won games and they've beaten big teams. When she likes the way the ball moving because she knows she doesn't have Caitlin. And this is necessary to get those open looks. Do that make sense?
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know if let me see what my man Kent Carlson said. He said, agree, Clayton. CC got daggers and and done deal. I mean, it's weapons. You're right. It's weapons all over the court. And like I've been saying, they have the balance whereas though they can play half court or they can run you out the building and win either way, right? So, and when they just as good as those like the Golden State teams that could kill you from any direction. You know what I'm saying? You had to play all 5 guys. And now that's what they looking like now. You got to play all 5 of them. If you don't, you're done.
Yeah.
Well, I think this team is more balanced than Golden State. Like running Golden State not really known for like a running team like Steph Curry and Klay. They not like they had Iguodala who could get out in the lane, and they had a few other dudes who could get out in the lane. Even Bonds wasn't like a runner like that, but this Indiana team, they got them horses that can fill that lane. I think they're a better running team than like what Golden State was. Golden State, exceptional half-court team. That's made for the playoffs and championship runs, Golden State. But this team right here can just really do both.
Well, see, but the key is gonna be, keeping Caitlin Clark healthy, man. That's gonna be the key.
They rolling without it.
Right.
But even though the competition ain't stellar, like this this stretch of games, they got caught a couple breaks. Yeah, they beat Phoenix, but they catch and break. The Sky, the Wings, stuff like that. But yeah, but you're right. She got to come back healthy. I wouldn't rush her back. And what we found out? Before, they just threw her back out there. They never gave her ramp-up time during practice. They just were throwing her back out there.
Yeah.
So I think this time they're going to ramp her up. Let her go through the vigorous challenge during practice before they throw her out there. But like I said, at any time, if every single rotation Indiana put on the floor, all 5 people on the floor can score, except if maybe Bree, the girl at the Bree Turner, maybe if she on the court, she can. But all 5 players at any given time score the ball.
Can I ask a question? Because I know we're gonna do this Caitlin Clark thing tomorrow. So what is going on with the Sky? I've been hearing these things with the Sky that's going on with Angel Reese and the other big girl and the other girl that she's playing beefing and all that. What is going on with that? Do you guys know anything about that part of it?
I just know they starting to question if it's Cardo. They starting to question if Carmela is a bust. Angel had a back issue for a minute. They got a lot of injuries they dealing with, and they just 7 wins. But they talking about for a stretch, Cardosa and Angel was playing real good together for a minute. They had a nice stretch where they was playing off each other real well. But I'm hearing them little rumors like, is she a bust? I think they might move off of her. Or
Angel Reese.
I think Cardosa.
Cardosa.
Okay.
I think Cardosa though. I don't think Cardosa is a bust in my opinion. I think they need a solid point guard that knows how to utilize Cardosa and Angel at the. You know what I mean? Like just depending on what the defense give you. Like if Cardosa have a mismatch, then you go to Cardosa. If Angel is being able to exploit some things in there, then you feed Angel. They don't have that point guard that know how to exploit that, like that. I think what's the girl, Carter? I think Kennedy Carter was a point guard who probably would have been able to do a better job at that. But for some reason they don't have they don't
that girl Kia Nurse, she legit on Sky. She one of their leading scorers, She a guard. I think she played a point guard. I'm not sure, but you're right, Mike. They got Angel facilitating because of her previous experience. But
Angel, I watched some passes that Angel, she used the wrong angle to throw a post pass. She passing into the post from at the top of the key in the center of the court.
Yeah.
You can't give a low post pass from that angle.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she threw an off balance pass into the post. She not a point guard though. She No,
she not. They trying to She missed another game last night. So
Angel did?
Yeah, she didn't play last night. Yeah. So I don't know what's
do
going
you
on.
think the Sky moves off for both of them or just one of them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or neither one. Or they keep both of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I definitely don't think. Listen, Cardosa last night, 14 points, 11 rebounds.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't get rid of that girl. I really
would not either. I would not. I would definitely. So Retro says in high school sports, girls can't have long nails, no jewelry, no bobby pins.
Exactly.
No. Yeah, and see.
Exactly.
If you say that, people gonna be outside your house with picket signs.
Exactly.
I mean, and like
that's exactly what they need to do.
I just think it don't have nothing to do with basketball, so why even wear that stuff?
Yes, right. You don't see guys out there with chains on.
No.
In the NBA, they gotta take that stuff off.
Yeah. No earrings, no nose rings,
none of that
chains.
Stuff. Yeah.
No wigs, no toupees. They don't have none of that stuff in the NBA, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but these women want equality, but then they want, you know what I mean? Then they want like rules and stuff. Like they don't want the same rules and stuff like that. So they can't have it both ways. They want equality when it comes to getting paid but then they want to be able to wear all this fake stuff, and I don't know.
Well, I mean, but let's be real, okay? The women's sports is a lot of glamour too. Let's not put it away. It's not. The women's sports has a lot of glamour too, and these women, and they always want to look good. Prime example, Angel Reese. She wants to look good when she plays.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a great example. Dejanay Carrington. This chick, boy, she comes out, boy, suited and booted, just for
Right.
she got a little stuff on, and
they that they want to look good when they play and everything. It's the problem, and the problem is not them trying to look good. Is the WNBA doesn't have rules about what happens when something happens.
Yeah, when something happens.
If you want to wear a wig and play with a wig and have your head hot, that's fine. But if you get pulled off, play don't stop. Just like in men's basketball, if your shoe come off, play don't stop.
Yeah.
If you get injured, play don't stop.
Yeah.
Play don't stop until a dead ball.
Guys fall underneath the rim and play, you know what I mean? You under there getting trampled, like you at a P. Diddy concert, but they keep on
play don't stop.
Yeah.
Play don't stop. But that's what I'm saying. It's the point of what happens in the league stepping in front of it. You want to wear a wig, you get pulled off, you get embarrassed, that's on you. But we ain't stopping play.
Right.
It ain't gonna stop for you.
Right. Well, you gotta stop it though, because somebody can slip on that wig and twist an ankle.
Well,
man, look, somebody can step on a shoe and twist the ankle.
Yeah, right, but you gotta say the same something like that. You gotta stop.
Man, look, no. If you start the way,
I'm not saying stop it. I'm not saying stop it and allow her to go to the locker room and fix her shit. I'm saying you gotta stop it though, and get the wig out the way. You got to some degree.
Listen, they don't do it for tennis shoes.
If your shoe come off when how many times you see a shoe come off and another team will grab it and throw it so you can't get it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, I didn't see brothers take shots with one shoe on.
Yeah.
So that shoe came off, they ran down the court.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the part that the dressing of the league, not addressing situations like that, especially when it comes to women, is the part that I'm having a problem with. You know what I'm saying? That's where she look. Her wig could have came off. No pun intended. Please, women, don't shoot the messenger. She could have had a period on the court. All that situation, anything could have happened that happens to women because they are women. But the WNBA doesn't have rules to address that situation, knowing that that women are their stars. Is the problem I'm locking horns with. You know what I'm saying?
I just Retro she says that the team that loses their hair loses a timeout. that could be something into consideration.
Man, that's funny.
Exactly, losing something, yo. I mean, I was astonished when the referee stopped the play.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? She runs off the court and the ref stops play, and the team with the ball, like, yo, what's going on?
What's going on?
That's. I don't know, man.
The thing is, though, like I said, though, how can you ask for equality, but then you want special privileges? You know what I mean? To come along with you being a female. You can't do that on the police force. You can't do that in the military. Like, they can't make special concessions for you.
Right. But if I'm a coach, you know what I'm doing? Until the league addresses that situation, and I know I need a timeout, I got 3 seconds left, I'm out of timeout, yo, put the wig on. When you run around and pull it, we get automatic timeout right there. Until it's addressed. I'm taking advantage of the situation. Because that's what they do in every sport. So people take advantage of a situation until it's addressed. Tush push, prime example. Philly tush push all the time into the league was like, you know what, we need to address this now. We need to figure something out. You know what I'm saying? You just keep doing it. It just doesn't make any sense for them in the WNBA to do that, and that's what they're doing.
One of us said something stupid that Retro didn't agree, that she didn't really agree with.
It was probably me. Probably me.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know.
I mean, I just think that we talking about some things that we're not familiar about, like when it comes to like some women issues and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, but it's good that she in the chat.
Mhm.
She checking us. She in the chat. She checking us. Let me see. Hard call, a wig or a dildo flying. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I just Oh, okay. My fault. The WNBA is stupid. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dang, I thought she was saying
Okay.
something I say was stupid. I was gonna say we need to get her on here, then. You know how I love to go after you.
Yeah.
We
But
need to get her on.
yeah, man. I just think that I don't know. I don't get it. Special privileges, and then people
Well,
will
look.
be able to fight. They'll be able to make a stronger case for the WNBA if it's like even across the board for the NBA. You know what I mean? And the like the same rules and everything apply to both leagues. Then you can make a stronger case for the WNBA when they talk about like, well, we want what is it called, the share of the money, the revenue share. We want to increase revenue share. We abide by the same rules that the NBA abide by.
But see, as much as I don't like what the WNBA as a league is doing, I gotta admit though, they stay in our conversations. We keep the WNBA in our conversation. So no matter what they're doing, right or wrong,
Exactly.
their PR people is loving it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because they staying in the conversation.
But when I watch, you know what I mean? Like I like the product that I see on the court. You know what I mean? I watched some games the other night. Well, I watched one game the other night. I watched the Liberty. Who did the Liberty play? The Liberty
Minnesota got him.
Yeah, I watched the Liberty and the Lynx. You know what I mean? I wanted to see, like what Fee could do with the Liberty. And she did her thing. So it'd be some good games.
But Mike, they're not targeting you, Mike.
Huh?
They're not targeting you. They're not targeting you. Because you're a basketball fan. There's no basketball being played right now. They're not targeting you. They're targeting that Caitlin Clark crowd. They're targeting the females that want sports and want to urge for, because there's really nothing playing right now except for baseball.
Right.
So there's nothing. So they're targeting exactly what they're targeting. The reason that the league is playing at this time of the year, because they know they're up against nothing that they really have to be that falls into their field. Okay, so they're doing what they're supposed to do, targeting the people that won't watch it. Because you'll watch basketball, even if you feel as though it's a worse product, you'll watch it because you're a basketball fan at first.
Right.
Okay, so WNBA ain't looking for you; they looking for people like me.
Yeah.
That don't watch basketball, but now I watch it because all the stuff. Because now I can watch tonight, and I may see another dildo hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? I might be looking for that tonight, just to see what happens. So they're doing a great job with with just shutting up and letting people do what they can do. That's why I think the revenue sharing is so important to the players now, because now they understand how the WNBA is moving. You know what I'm saying? They understand now the WNBA is not really looking to be a profitable organization. They're looking to be a sustainable organization. Okay, we don't need to make a profit, but we got people talking about us all the time, so that can get other revenue streams in there, as long as people's talking about us. And that's what the players are like. Look, we don't give a shit if you make a profit or not. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about that other end of the TV deals, of the Coke deals, of the Pepsi deals, of the Nike deals, of the shoe deals and stuff like that, that's coming in on that side that the owners is taking advantage of and the league's not. That's the part of the money that we want.
Well, let me ask you this. With the way that they're running the WNBA, do you think with all that's going on, you think they leaving money on the table then? Like they cutting out opportunities for them to make more money?
I don't think they're cutting it. I don't think they're leaving money on the table. What I think the league is not leaving anything on the table. The league is taking advantage of everything, from Caitlin Clark to Angel Reese to Nike to everything. They're trying to take advantage of everything. Okay, That's why they're failing, because they don't have people that can do that. But they're trying that, and the players see that. The players see that that there's money being generated, but how is the money being spent? We know it ain't being spent on us, because our best players only making what, 75 grand a year?
Yeah.
No, they make a couple $100,000.
How much is Caitlin Clark?
Well, she on the
Taylor
rookie
makes
deal.
78.
Yeah, the rookie deal is that. But you got
But I'm
players
just saying,
making
right? But their most popular players making 78 grand a year. Okay, when she can make 3 times as much playing anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So they got to figure out how to increase salaries, to make it worth it. And I don't think the WNBA is looking to increase salaries where they're looking to increase market shares.
I think, I think that that 9% that the WNBA getting, I think that's embarrassing. Yeah.
Hey, look, if you look at it from a money aspect from it, the 9% is more than they should be getting if you're not making it a profit.
Yeah.
Too many companies can't survive giving their employees, more money if they're not generating any profit. Shareholders won't do that. The ownership won't do that. It has to be a give and go. It has to be a give and take.
Well, let me ask you this, man. Like, because I thought, and Clayton pointed this out to me. When you start a business, like say for instance, when you get ready to open another club or you get ready to open a restaurant, right? Everything that goes into you opening your club or you opening one of your restaurants, when you talk about food and beverages and stuff like that, that goes into the cost of operating, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you look at what the women like the WNBA, what they bring to the table, they should be they should be in the category of the cost of operating. So you can't really say like if I do a comedy show, I can't.
Yeah.
Let me say, if I do a comedy show, I can't go to the comedians and say, well, I didn't sell no tickets for the show. I can't pay y'all. You know what I mean? It don't work like that.
But let me tell you, because I own a restaurant, so let me tell you in the operating standpoint of what you're talking about. So let's say I do have in my operating budget, I whatever way you look at it this month, I'm going to take a loss, okay? But the losses may be different. If I'm paying my waitresses $10 an hour and I have 4 waitresses, okay?
Right.
Or I can pay my waitresses $20 an hour and have 2 waitresses.
Right.
Okay. Which one is more effective to the customer? The more people that I have to wait on them. Because if I have 4 waitresses, that means hopefully those 4 waitresses can do double the amount of work of getting orders out, bringing people in and everything. If I only have 2 waitresses, then they're overwhelmed of the amount of product that I have to put out there. And that's the difference in what the WNBA is trying to say. The WNBA is trying to say this. You have this amount of people out here that's doing this amount of work. Now, what you can do is give us more money. And what the league's saying is, yes, we can give you more money, but then we have to take away less people. So instead of we having 12 people on the team making $100,000 a year, we only going to have 5 people on the team making $100,000, and the other ones are going to make less. Okay, and that's where the difference is coming in between the two. It has nothing to do, like Clayton said, it has nothing to do with revenue and profit. It has all to do with what your financial responsibility is in your blueprint.
No,
okay, in your game plan.
Whether you have 2 waitresses or you have 4 waitresses, you still need to pay those waitresses, or you can't open your restaurant.
But you're looking at you're not looking at the big difference between having 2 and 4. If you have 2 waitresses, it does. Because if you have 2 waitresses, your people can't get served as fast as they could with 4. That's the difference. You can push out, okay, let's say this. Let's say if you have 1 person pushing out orders, that 1 person can only push out orders but so fast. But if you have 3 people pushing out orders, you go on it twice as fast. That's the difference in between the two.
No.
So you're looking at the.
Well, I don't
Okay,
know.
let me
Hey,
put
do
it
you
in. Let me
understand?
put it in the
You
sports.
get
Let
that
me
play?
put it in sports terms.
Well, yeah,
What
man,
team is
it's
better? Let me put it in sports terms. What team is better? A team that has 3 superstars or a team that has 8 superstars?
well, it depends on how them superstars gel and play together.
Let's not talk about the superstars.
Because
Would
you
you
don't need
rather coach?
superstars to
Let
have a
me ask
great
you.
team.
Let me ask, no, but I'm saying, if somebody say, all right, I want you to coach my team, and they say on one hand, I got a team that only has 3 superstars on it, and then on the other hand, they say I got a team that has 8 superstars on it. What team are you looking at first? We
Yeah,
not let's say everybody's equal. They're all
yeah,
superstars.
but that if I'm looking at it from that standpoint, I'm not a goody bag. I'm not looking at it right because I don't need a whole bunch of super.
Look at it.
I need people that's consistently going to do their job, and sometimes
You have
those
8
people
superstars. If they're superstars, they're consistently doing their job.
that don't mean they
See,
can
no,
play
no, no,
well
no. See,
together, man.
no. You see, Clayton, you're taking it out of context. They are superstars. Period. End of story. They're superstars. You got 8 Michael Jordans on one team, and you got 3 Michael Jordans on another team. What team are you taking to coach?
But man, you missing my point. I don't care
Yeah,
if you got 8 Jordans or if you got 3 Jordans.
you
You
still
need
got
a
pain.
Jordan to run that. You know what I mean? You can't sell one ticket if you don't have a basketball player. And so that's
Listen,
my trading
but
card.
you're looking at it
But
as a
man,
superstar aspect.
No.
It's business. It's not a superstar aspect.
but the restaurant analogy is not good for the NBA or the WNBA analogy, and here's why. They do metrics, and based on those metrics they come up with, they realize they need at least 12 players on a team. It's certain things that go into that, right? So with that being said, you have to pay these people money to perform. They're the product. They are the product. So listen, so if all of a sudden, if let's say now I'm gonna go back to the restaurant. Let's say you got the best hamburgers in town, but all of a sudden the price on the burger goes up. You have to make a decision whether I'm gonna pay that increase because I see the potential in it, or am I not? Sometimes the cost of doing business goes up.
You can't do that. You can't, because listen to what you just said. Who raises the price of the burger? The owner of the spot.
No. I mean your supplier. I'm talking about the people you getting the meat from. If the price goes up, you as an owner got to determine if you're going to pay that increase because that's the product. You got to pay for materials. That's the product. So the women are the product. So
the women are the employees.
No, they're the product. They're the product.
No, listen, they are
not.
Are
the product, man.
They are not because you do not share anything with the butcher.
Let me ask you something.
You pay the butcher straight up.
Let me ask you something. When people consume the basketball games, what are they consuming? The women playing. They are the product.
Listen, again, when you when you go to the butcher and say, I want this burger, and the butcher say, I'm gonna charge you more, you're paying that set price. Okay, that's it. You're not paying anything more, anything less. That is it.
Yes.
The WNBA, okay, their women are negotiating product. I mean, they're negotiating their skills for a price point. So there's no set rate for anybody.
They want more. They want more of the revenue share.
Right. So that is the difference between a product and an employee.
But they still are the
Every
product.
employee does
They
not
still
get paid
are the
same.
product. They still are the product. However way you look at it, they are the product. You are putting that product on the court to be televised. That is the product. The basketball game is the product.
If you go into a union rep and tell them that your people are not employees, they are a product. Okay, there are two. When it comes to business, that is 2 different terms. A product and an employee.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. The WNBA just got 20 billion. They got 20 billion or over 11 years or something, or 2.2 billion over 11 years, 20 million a year. That's an increase. They're getting all this revenue coming into the league. You got teams expanding, buying into the league that the owners get. So there's more revenue. The women get 9% of the rev share. That's part of your operating costs. They want more they want a more percentage of that. And to me, if I'm an owner and I see the potential, I'm not going to not give these girls what they want with the risk, running the risk of the league shutting down, and I'll never get my money back.
The problem is potential has never made any money in the WNBA.
It is making money. This is why it's making money. You know why it is? They just got a TV deal worth $2.2 billion,
and they
off
still
potential.
And they still $24 million.
It doesn't matter. That's all. It doesn't matter. That's off potential.
God.
Hey man,
well, listen,
do you know how long?
Listen,
do you know how long?
Somebody,
let me ask you a question.
Somebody that owns a business that doesn't matter.
Do you know how long the NFL operated not making no money?
Not long.
Yes, it was long.
No, it wasn't. Not long.
Yes, it was.
Not long. Look what happened to the NBA. Their people wasn't making money. They had to combine leagues.
I'm telling you, it was like I'm getting ready to tell you.
Making money. That's the whole purpose of a business.
But look,
make
man,
money.
Even though the NBA wasn't making money for a while, or the NFL wasn't making money for a while, they still had to pay their players.
Hey, listen, I didn't say you didn't have to pay your players. We're talking about the amount of money that you pay your players.
That's how long it took for the NFL to turn a profit. That's how long. 40 years. 40 years.
I don't know where you're getting your info from.
It got established in 1920. They didn't turn a profit until 1960. 40 years.
Okay. First of all, do you know what existed in 1920 for the NFL?
It doesn't matter. I'm just telling you that's how long it took.
It does.
It don't.
The NFL had to merge.
Regardless of what it did, I'm just saying to you, it took this league 40 years.
Let me ask you a question. Who is the WNBA going to merge with, because they close to 30?
They don't have to. They don't have to.
They are not making money.
They're going to merge. They don't have to. Caitlin Clark.
That's what they merge with. Right.
Hey, yeah, man. I just think that I think that. Let me ask Retro this, right? Because Retro says my color I use on my hair is the cost of my goods for services, right?
Right.
So let me ask her this: like, so if she using color to do people's hair, and the supplier of that color said, instead of charging you $5 a bottle, we're gonna start charging you $10 a bottle.
Yes.
Would she close her shop because the price of the hair color is going up? Or
we're not. Listen again. You guys are not
onto her consumers.
You guys are looking at it wrong. I'm telling you from a business aspect of it. The color of her hair is the price of her service. Of her. Now, if she had a shampoo girl doing it,
yes,
that's the price of her employee. That's who's doing the job.
Yes.
Not her. The product is the color. The person that's doing the job is the employee, not the product.
But when you're talking about athletes in sports, they are both. They are both. They are the product and they are the labor. They're both.
Go listen. You go to the unions and tell them.
It don't even matter. The terms don't matter.
Listen, the product is football.
Man, the terms don't listen.
Are the players.
Regardless of what we call them, it don't matter. They want an increase, and that's the cost of doing business. That's as simple as that. However way you want to spin it,
and listen,
that's the cost of doing business.
And listen, and that's what they're trying to say. We want to increase because we think your business is going up. And the WNBA is saying, listen,
it is going up.
If you're losing $29 million this year, how's that going up?
Because you got more revenue in your pot now, regardless if you get a profit off it or not. Man, regardless if you're able to take a profit home, you got more money in the pot.
It's not regardless. Have you ever had a business? Have you ever had a business?
Yeah,
I have. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So both you guys had a business. Okay.
Yeah.
So have you considered yourself successful if you didn't make a profit?
No.
Right.
I did.
Exactly.
No. But I'm not. But this is the premise of this, man. You keep thinking that they didn't make a profit, so the girls don't get money. but they have more revenue in their business now.
I never said that.
Now let me say this to you.
That never came out my mouth. I never said that.
Okay, let me say this to you. Now, them giving the girls more, they run the risk of maybe delaying their profits, but the profits are coming eventually.
Delaying what? You made no profit. What are you delaying?
Right now they didn't, you're right, but they are generating more revenue.
But again, revenue and profit.
How do you get at the end of the day, how do you assess your profit? After the money come in, you pay all your bills, and then what's left is your profit. No, they haven't had any profit, but more money is coming in, but the cost of doing business is going up around them.
The cost of doing business is going up. These girls, instead of taking commercial jets now they're taking private jets. Just because you got it, that don't mean you're making money. Because
nobody's saying the W is making money. Nobody's saying that.
But
what we're saying is they are generating more revenue. They're not making money. They don't have a profit behind it.
Listen,
but they are generating more revenue.
Again, just because you're generating more revenue, that don't mean your cost is not going up. Your stadium costs are going up. Your transportation costs are going up.
That's what we're saying.
That means your revenue is getting cut into.
But listen, nobody's not disputing that.
But we are. You're saying because the revenue is going up, these girls should share more. And what I'm trying to tell you is, what I'm trying to tell you is, the situation is this: you cannot run a business without a profit. The only reason the WNBA still exists is because the
NBA ran a business for 40 years and didn't have a profit. The NFL ran a business for 40 years and didn't have a profit.
Hold on. And then look what they had to do. They had to merge so they could be successful.
They did it. It doesn't matter. They did it.
You're trying to say because they were. This is your reasoning. Because they ran it for 40 years and wasn't profitable, it's all good. But it wasn't because they had them. Because at the end of the day, they had.
Why do you think they kept? Why do you think they kept it afloat? Why do you think they kept it afloat and didn't fold?
Because millionaires had a vision. Sooner or later, the vision dies. Like let me tell you with me, my restaurant didn't make a profit until year 3. I was putting in my own money until year 3.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Because I had a vision. Because I knew it was going to work.
Okay then. And you knew at some point it was going to come through, right? You felt
what
strong
I'm trying
about
to tell you is you're looking at the beginning and never looking at the end. You have to take both at the same time. The NFL kept doing what they were doing and losing money. And you know, at the end of the day, they say, yo, we got to merge or we're going to be out of business. And what they do.
It came to that point for them.
Right.
Go ahead,
Mike. First of all, let me say this about the NBA, the WNBA, and all these billionaires and stuff like this. We never know truly how much these leagues are making, right? That's number one.
Yeah.
And a history on how big business operate. Sam Walton, when he first started Walmart, he hired cheap labor. That was the people who stocked the shelves and people who were like cashiers, right? And he paid them the least amount that he could pay them. So now in doing that, over the years, and him paying those people the labor at the least amount that he could pay them, over the years, he accumulated wealth. Now, when he accumulated his wealth, the people who was at the bottom, the laborers, the people who was at the bottom, they just got thrown to the side like, okay, we don't need you no more. We are, we upgrading and we moving on, right? So they never got the opportunity to get more. But the WNBA players, whether you consider them labor or you consider them the cost of operating costs, they need to get their money while they can, because sooner or later they will be, like you had people like Cynthia Cooper, Donna Taurasi, all those women, Tina Thompson, all those women who was at the league when the league first started. they
Mhm.
won't get an opportunity to capitalize on this windfall that the WNBA is coming into. So that's why these young ladies now be like, all right, let's get some money. We see some money coming in. We see an opportunity for us to get more money. So let's get money. Only people who really make out in those type of situations, like when you're dealing with business, it's like upper management. Because when you're trying to grow your business, you can't just hire. You got to hire people who know what they're doing, who know how to take your business to to the next level. That's upper management and stuff like that. And so these young ladies are in a unique position where as though they will be able to capitalize on this new momentum that the league is getting.
Yes.
So that's what it boils down to for
That's what it
me.
boils down to. Yes. Well said.
And you know, and like I say, my power about to die, but let me just say this. And I
Mine
understand
too.
what you guys are saying on that point. You know what I'm saying? And you have a relevant point. They need to strike while the iron's hot. And right now the WNBA has been no hot. You know what I'm saying? This is the hottest the WNBA has ever been. What I'm saying to you is this, and we tend to forget sometimes that the WNBA is a business, just like all other sports is a business.
We know that. Yeah.
Okay. And in business, your prime goal is to make a profit.
Yes.
If you don't want to make a profit, then you go what's called non-profit organization.
Yeah.
But your main goal is to make a profit. And right now, and let's be honest, the last 27 years, the WNBA hasn't been putting out a product enough to make a profit.
Well, that's what they say. That's what they say, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, another thing. But listen, man, although that may be the case, but all the teams in the W, their value have increased. All of them. You got the Valkyries right now valued at 500 million. You got the Fever valued at 350 million. You got the Liberty valued at 400. So all these franchises, the value of these franchises are greater than that.
But again, you know what value is, right? You know what value means in the business world, right? Value means is what somebody's willing to pay for it, not what you see it as. What somebody's willing to pay for it. Because let's go prime example. Look at Washington. Washington was very undervalued on the money that they paid for Washington. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about what somebody's willing to pay for it.
You talk about the Commanders?
Yes, the Commanders.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all about what somebody's willing to pay. So the WNBA teams are maybe value right now that higher, but the question is somebody willing to pay that price for a WNBA team?
Yeah.
That's going to be the question.
Let me see what Retro said, but those teams have NBA teams with them, right?
The Valkyries are private owned. Yeah, Golden State there, but I think they're private owned. Yeah. You right. She right about Indiana. She right about New York.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I just think that like, and the reason why they are asking for this money is because now publicly, this information that's out publicly, you know what I mean? They can't hide the fact that the Valkyries are worth $500 million. They can't hide the fact that, you know, that the Liberty are worth X amount of dollars, or what the Fever are worth, what, 300 million or something like that.
350 or something like that.
That information that's out there, they can't hide that. But some of this money that's going into the they can't, you know, some of this money they're not able to track everything. So you know, I think the WNBA players, they have a stronger case.
I mean, hey, I wouldn't put it past the NBA. I mean, the NBA owners that they're paying less than what they say they're paying for the WNBA.
Let me say this about the NBA. I don't,
because the owners aren't their concept isn't to lose money.
Yeah, well,
and the WNBA has been in the league for 29 years or whatever. So somewhere down the line, they're doing something.
The NFL said they lost money for what you say, like Clayton, about 30, 40 years or so.
40 years. 40 years. Yeah. They didn't turn a profit.
They didn't turn a profit. That might, I don't think that, you know, that they could put that information out there because you don't have no way. They just building their war chest, or they setting their partners up all that time. You know, I think they was just building their wealth all the time, because college football never said that they wasn't making no money, because they didn't have to pay you know, they didn't have to pay their athletes. So it was never an issue with college.
Right, because college can be honest with it.
Well,
Because college
recently, they didn't pay
college exists.
Athletes. You get paid.
Right, but college
people
exists as nonprofits in states. College can do that. College is not considered big businesses.
Well,
they travel in their own way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think colleges got over on people. They got over on kids for years. You know,
Oh yeah, no doubt.
those kids. And I think all major sports did that to their talent, got over for years, you know, until they had to pay.
Right.
Owners aren't obligated to give their profits. And that's
They're not.
Yeah.
They don't give them. Players
Right.
don't get none of the profit. That go to them.
Yeah.
That's all right. Hey, I need to say this before I leave. That y'all want to talk about bad ownership? Look at what my Cowboys are doing right now with Michael Parsons.
Hey, you think
bad ownership?
I think Michael Parsons, though, he didn't. I think he should have held out, though. I heard he didn't hold out. That's what he gave some of his leverage away, though.
No, Michael Parsons asking to be traded.
Oh, yeah.
He's asking to be traded now because they stopped talks with him. They doing the same thing they did with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
I'm getting ready to say Dallas do the same. It's the same story every offseason.
Right, but Michael Parsons is different because Michael Parsons plays defense. And the Cowboys has always been stupid on defense.
Yeah.
So
let me ask y'all this before we get out of here. Because the Pittsburgh Steelers, they paid their guy. They paid what was the guy name?
TJ Watt.
They paid Watts. Is Parson is not as good as Watts, though, right? What y'all think?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he ain't.
He's good. Yeah, he is. Yeah,
oh,
he is. Come on now. That's a lot of Cowboy hate. Yeah, he is.
No, it ain't no Cowboy hate. He ain't.
Come on.
It ain't
a
bro.
Listen,
I don't even think
Parsons.
I don't even think Myles Garrett better than TJ.
Michael Parsons is going to be the highest paid non-quarterback out there.
That don't mean he's better than TJ Watt.
So what makes TJ Watt better than him?
This dude changed games.
What do you so is Michael Parsons. So I mean, you saying he bad? Give me facts. You saying he bad?
Pittsburgh had absolutely no offense for the last 3 years, and they don't lose games. They have losing record. It's because of him.
That Prescott been hurt.
He's the one guy. Listen, they win games they ain't got no business winning because of TJ. Michael Parsons ain't doing that for Dallas.
Again, Nate, give me some. Tell me something that he's better than. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but give me something.
Sacks.
Give me something.
Sacks. How many sacks did Michael Parsons have last year?
I don't know. He was hurt.
How many did he have in 23?
Don't know.
Has Michael Parsons ever gone over 20 sacks in a season?
How many did TJ Watt have?
He's had 20 sack seasons. He had 19 sack seasons.
No. How many did he have last year?
Last year, he had 11.5.
How many did Michael Parsons have?
I don't know. In 2003, TJ Watt had 19.
No, he didn't.
In 2021, he had 22.
TJ Watt wasn't playing in 2003.
I said 23. I said 23.
Yeah,
20. You said 3. You said 2003.
You know what I meant.
23.
Now you split the heads.
Hey, hold up, wait a minute. Kent, my man Kent, appreciate the super chat. Kent said breaking. Suggest you all watch the JTL. He just exposed the UConn Mafia crap about Caitlin connections, all of those dots. John the Liquidator. Okay, just suggested you all watch the John the Liquidator. He just exposed the UConn Mafia crap about Caitlin Clark connects all the dots. All right, I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah, I can go there. I'm about to die, fellas. I'll talk to you
about Here. Michael Parsons, 24, 12 sacks. 23, 14 sacks. 22, 13 sacks. 21, 13 sacks. He can't hold a candle to TJ Watt, man.
You lost your mind. All right, again.
All right, man.
Michael Parsons will be the highest paid non-quarterback out there.
we gonna continue this tomorrow. We're gonna
He
definitely
gonna be the
continue.
non-paid. He gonna be the highest paid.
Man, I'll see you next.
Oh, Clayton said he won't be able to be here tomorrow. But I know Tunk gonna want to be able to be in on this one though, because he a Pittsburgh dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tunk is a Steeler fan, so he definitely gonna want to be in on this one. But yeah, man. Kent, thanks for the update.
Could she hear me?
You, Retro. What you say, Clayton?
I said, tell Retro Hairstyle I gave her a sub on her YouTube thing.
Yeah.
She always over here. Yeah.
Y'all make sure to go and subscribe to Retro her YouTube page, her YouTube channel.
No doubt, everybody come in and chat, man. We let us know if you got a page out there.
Yep, no doubt. Yeah, we'll definitely shout you out.
Yeah.
Kent, appreciate you, Kent. I'm gonna go check out John the Liquidator and see what he's saying about this UPon.
Oh yeah, I see it now. I see the thumbnail.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Jason Whitlock had him and the other guy that always do the fever stuff. Had him and Ock Nation, a dude out of DC. He had him on the show yesterday to debating the whole Caitlyn taking the ball out of the hand thing. Yeah.
I think that's an interesting conversation. I want to get into that too.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I'll check y'all out next week, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of the weekend, fellas.
All right, no doubt. Right. You too. Appreciate you,
Peace out. Yep.
Yeah, I wanna let me see. Retro, appreciate you. Kent, appreciate you. Yeah, y'all can tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. We definitely gonna have a interesting conversation. We kind of got heated again there too, talking about those two different the Steeler linebackers versus the Cowboy linebacker. So yeah, we definitely won't get into that tomorrow. But yeah, with that being said, man, y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. With that being said, I'm out. Peace. See you tomorrow.